Good afternoon guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're back out putting and I want to go through a couple of things that I get told by a lot of lessons. They come to me and they say, oh, I went to see so and so for a lesson. They told me, straight back and through, and they told me to just rock my shoulders. Okay, so these are the two things that I see a lot of people get told, even nowadays with better coaching and all around better information you can get. I still see a lot of people coming back saying, I've been told to rock my shoulders, I've been told to go straight back, straight through. Okay, so I just want to go through today a few things that make no sense with those comments. And again, if somebody tells you that, it should bring up red flags unless they start to tell you what they mean by rocking shoulders. Okay, so let's start with rocking shoulders. So again, like they say if we was rocking a baby, we'd be doing this. Okay, so again, if I start to rock my shoulders like this, you see that my arms are losing connection. So my putter is going to work in different planes. Okay, the path's going to vary, the sweet spot's going to vary, and my angle of attack's going to vary. So it's going to be very inconsistent for me to get a good strike. So again, if I'm hitting a putt here, it's going to look like my arms are going to come off and my arms are going to come off here. So again, I could start to lose connection, misstrike the ball, and not be very consistent. Okay, another thing I see when people say rocking the shoulders is, again, they start to move the head. Okay, so again, I'm rocking my shoulders this way, I'm rocking my shoulders that way. It's a pendulum, again, another word is a pendulum that they relate to this. Okay, that's all well and good, but a pendulum's working around a fixed point, so I'm going to be working around my sternum. Okay, whereas if I start to move, my sternum is changing over and over again, and that's going to make me inconsistent with strike. It's going to again affect my angle of attack, affect my path, and again not make us consistent on the putting green. So it's something we want to stay away with. If somebody tells you that, okay, you just need to rock your shoulders, get them to explain why. Okay, because we should be just rotating our shoulders. If I get into this position here, I should be able to just rotate, my head doesn't move, and I'm working around a centered spot. Okay, any kind of movement is going to affect where our low point is, affect our strike, and again just make us less consistent. Okay, so the second thing again I hear a lot is straight back, straight through. So if we look at a club, it has a lie angle. So this lie angle, standard on a Scotty Cameron, is 70 degrees of lie angle. Okay, so we've got a plane of the shaft there. Okay, so it's going to have to work around that plane. So a putter is going to always have a little bit of arc. If we get taller, it could have less arc, but again, it all depends on the movements of your body, but it's always going to have an arc. So for somebody to say straight back, straight through, unless they say straight back, straight through on your natural arc, I'm happy with that. But if somebody just tells you straight back, straight through, what I see again a lot of the times, again, we've got that shaft plane, so that should have a slight arc in and a slight arc in on the way through. What I see a lot of times is people get told straight back and straight through. So I start to see them, arm comes off, they're trying to keep that putter straight back and straight through. Okay, so from face on, again, arm loses connection, they might even tilt. Okay, they're trying to keep that face perfectly square all the way through, and then on the way through, tilt backwards, and they're basically changing the wrist angles to try and keep that square at all times. Again, the putter's not designed to that. It's going to be harder for us to repeat. For us normal golfers who can't practice all the time, it's going to be exceptionally hard to do over and over again. So we want to get a putter that's fit for you. It's going to have a lie angle and it's going to have some arc. So I want you to go into lessons, when you go and see a pro, if they start to say rocking your shoulders, again, get them to explain. If they mean rotating around your upper spine, I don't mind. If they explain it in that way, then you're absolutely golden. Again, same with straight back and straight through. If they keep saying that over and again, say, well, what do you mean by that? Okay, if they're starting to say, well, straight back, straight through, again, so now that the shaft has got a plane, and again it's set at 70 degrees as a lie angle, that has to have some arc. Okay, so it's on an inclined plane, so it's going to have some rotary movement. Okay, so again guys, it's about going into your lessons, having that little bit of more understanding. It's things I see over and over again, and people, we all spend good money on lessons. Okay, so you go, you spend your $50, your £50, you come out and you've been told to straight back, straight through. Okay, there's no numbers with that, they've given you no evidence, they've just got you hitting a few putts, they've told you that's right, and then you go away. Okay, so you need some more facts. Sometimes you need to question, say, okay, what do you mean by that? If you don't understand, don't be afraid to ask. Again, when people come for lessons for me, again online lessons, I'll send them a report, go through it and explain it in simple terms. It's not a case of I'm trying to complicate them with internal rotation, all this, rock your shoulders, and just generic sayings that people don't understand, okay? So we want you to go away with a good understanding and something that's going to improve you, and you know why. Again, when you're on the course with your friends, you always have those guys going, oh, you're taking it round here, or you need to go straight back and straight through, okay? Although sometimes we do listen when we're not putting well. Again, start to think, you know that it's got to have a little bit of arc. Again, we know we shouldn't be tilting, okay? These are all things that are going to affect our strike, affect our consistency, and make us have more putts in a round, okay guys? So 2 things to watch out for, the myths, they're not facts, okay? So the myths that people use. So guys, hopefully that gives you a better understanding, things to watch out for when you go for lessons. You know, when you're paying your own good money, you don't want to be told something that's not going to work and then you have to go for another lesson, okay guys? You want to be with someone who's going to be able to tell you, give you information. Even if you go back once a month for a lesson and they're just checking up things, if you go away with a good understanding, you're going to improve your golf, okay guys? So that's for today's, that's the putting tip, so things to watch out for. So like I said, on Monday, Friday, we're going to be back on chipping. We're going to be looking at different lies, how that affects your setup and what changes you need to make. As for now guys, enjoy the rest of your week and I'll see you Friday.